Hello. The purpose of today's video is very simply to explain one way in which you or anybody else can boost your confidence very quickly and easily. If that sounds like too much to expect from a video, bear with me and let me just begin to explain how this is done and how you'll get this confidence boost. How often in your life at the moment do you ask yourself what you really want? And I mean really ask, with a sort of expectation behind it that you might actually get what you really want. The first step in this process that I'm asking you to do is to check in with yourself about what it is that you really want as much as possible, especially when anybody asks you a question, when they ask your opinion, or when they want you to make a decision. And it doesn't have to be when anybody else wants you to do something. You could be completely by yourself and still checking in with yourself about what you want to do. Even though many of us feel that we're in control of our lives all the time, if you actually try this process for a day or two, that's probably all it will take, you may find that at least some of the time your decisions are being run by what you think you ought to want, what you think other people want from you, or simply by not being sure of what you want. In any of these cases, your confidence might be being drained more than need be the case. So, that's step one. Just get into the habit of checking in with yourself about what it is that you really want. And if you find that you know that at this point, that's great. Just keep on doing it. But it might be that you're not sure about what you really want, or even that you find the checking in process more complicated than you might have thought. What to do in these cases? If that describes you or somebody that you know, here's an idea that usually works very well for getting to know what you want. I'd like you to think about something about which you are sure. It could be perhaps your name, your address, where you live, something that for you is a constant, something that you know is still going to be the same tomorrow morning. And check in with yourself right now as you think about that fact, that thing that's a fact for you, and first of all, feel what you feel. Are there any sensations in your body? And then what do you see? It might just be very momentary, but there may be something you see, a colour or a flash or a word. You're looking for something quite subtle, so small things, even if they don't seem to make sense, are important. And what do you hear? For some people, being certain involves a change to their inner voice. Either it's a yes or a sound, or perhaps it's the absence of sound, the absence of internal chatter. In any of these cases, by knowing what your reaction is when you're thinking about something about which you're already sure, there's a strong chance that that translates to the internal experience you're going to have when you become sure about a decision or what it is that you really want. So, taking this process back to the question of what you really want. The next time you have to make a decision, or even the next time you're considering which way to go about something, or just musing about something, just get into the habit of checking in with yourself about what it is that you really want. Watching out for the things you look for when you're sure about something, or it may very well be a feeling. For a lot of people, there's a sort of sensation, perhaps somewhere around their heart or chest area. I don't know what the feeling of certainty and sureness is for you, but you will, because it's your sensation and your experience. And then, of course, there's a third step. When you've been checking in about what it is that you want, and by the way, Checking in on small things to start off with is fine and a great confidence boost. But say you've been checking in on all of that, and you know for certain or reasonably certain what it is that you feel like or what it is that you experience when you are certain about something. Then the third step comes into play, and that is to act upon the things and the decisions about which you are certain. By this combination of checking in with yourself, making sure that you feel sure about something, and then taking action, your confidence will build. The first time you do it, just a little bit. The second time, just a little bit more. The third time, even more than that. And yes, you've guessed it. Every time that you follow this process into the future, your confidence will build. Have fun with this, enjoy it, and yes, be confident. Thanks very much. That's the end of this video.